It's been coming for a long time.
I will fucking whip the dog shit out of you. You talk to me again. Now all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
Wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
What's going on, boys, girls, dogs, cats, and yes, even Gators? I expect to see quite a few Gator fans show up for this video. As is the case every time I upload a video about the Florida Gators. They love poking fun at me. They love poking fun at my team. They love watching me in misery every year for this game. And they're thinking, hell, this ain't going to be any different this year. It's not going to be any different. So what if the game's in Knoxville?
I will fucking whip the dog shit out of you.
We're still going to beat the Vols. As my pal Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend. Now this is game number 3 of the Tennessee 2020 football schedule preview videos right here on BVD TV. Before I get into it, I must give you the particulars. Please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that stupid bell so YouTube may or may not notify you that, you know how that goes. And share this with all your Gator buddies, all your Vol buddies, all your SEC buddies. It's almost football season, guys. Let's start sharing these videos and getting ready for football. Looks like we're going to have some. So right now I'm going to go with we're having football. I've been back and forth for the last few weeks. But hey, today my high school people announced that we're going to have high school football in the state of Tennessee. So let's have some college football too, okay? Now let's get into this game. First of all, let's get into this series. 49 games, 29 going the way of the Gator, 20 for the hometown Vols. 14 out of the last 15 of these games have been decided by pain and agony on the orange and white side of things. 14 out of the last 15 years.
Talk to me again. Now all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
I've had to crow up to these damned Florida Gators. Now I'm tired of it.
You talk to me again.
As a fan, there's not a lot, hell, there's not anything I can do to change this trend.
Now all of you.
Think about that, folks. There's 15-year-old Florida kids out there that have only seen their team lose to Tennessee once.
Get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
There's Tennessee fans out there 15 years old that have only seen their team win once.
I will whip the dog shit out of you.
You get the picture. Needless to say, shit's getting old.
Talk to me again.
We're getting tired of chasing the Gators. I am, anyway. Now, Meg Mullen, here's the fucking story for you. Loves sucking face with the players. You see it. It's been one of the huge topics this offseason about Florida football. How gross that is. How cringy it is. You know, that's one of the big YouTube words going around. Cringy. That's definitely cringy. What are you doing, Meg? I'll never get that one. Hugs are one thing. Sucking face with teenage boys while you're married and in your, hell, you gotta be in your 40s. Probably, by the looks of things, maybe 50s. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. Well, yeah, actually I am when it comes to this. This is pretty disgusting.
Now all of you, get the fuck out!
And I think everyone outside of and maybe even including the Florida fan base would agree with old BVD on this one. You gotta stop that shit, Megan.
Get the fuck out!
You're making people nauseous out here. I don't know what the players think. Hell, they may like it. That may help them get up for the game. Half of
now all of you
are probably thinking, ooh, get off of me.
Get the fuck out!
One thing going into this game that I noticed as I perused over the schedule of the Florida Gators, they've got a sickness They've got a problem on that team. They've got an illness that they're not discussing. Only one player's got it. And it won't spread. So I'm not talking about the Rona. I'm not talking about COVID-19. I'm talking about this Muhammad guy. Dude's name is Diabetes.
Get the fuck out!
I'm not shitting you. Look at the roster. Number 11. Not Kyle Trask. He's also number 11. You know how some college teams, they got so many kids, a couple of them have the same number as someone else. Well, Diabetes, that's what I'm calling him anyway, Muhammad. Just look it up. If you think this is just BBD being BBD, look the shit up. Promise you, I ain't lying. One little pregame trickeration that the Gators been pulling will be stopped this year as per a new rule. I didn't even notice this. But in pregame warm-ups, Mullins boys have been coming out in plain Gator gear. No pads, just Gator stuff with no names and no numbers. It's a tricky little plan. I see what you're doing there, Dan. And so did the NCAA, but they said, no. You're going to warm up in jerseys, or at least shirts with the names and numbers. None of this trying to hide who's doing what, who's what number, this and that, who's playing what position, who's yada yada. No more of that trickeration. Mullen hasn't helped you win a division title yet anyway, has it? The story to this that I read was back when he was at Mississippi State. They were playing Southern Miss, piss poor in the rain before the game, and he noticed that the Southern Miss players were soaked from head to toe. They're sloshing around in these soaked pads and clothes. So he sends the Bulldoggies into the locker room to change into dry outfit. Dry duds. So they came out for the start of the game. Clouds have moved away. Not a cloud in the sky now. Nice, beautiful, rainless day. His Bulldogs are trotting around in nice, clean, dry unis, while the Golden Eagles are waiting around in them soaked-ass pregame jerseys. I don't know if it had an effect on the game or not. He probably doesn't even know. But it at least prompted him to do this. But the NCAA says, no, can't do that shit no more, Dan. If you're ever going to win your first division title, it's going to be it's going to be with your players wearing numbers and or names pregame, bub. Look, Florida's loaded this year. They're expected by most to compete for the East and maybe even win it in some instances. I've seen a few guys prognosticating Florida might even make it to the playoff this year. That ain't happening. I got them going 9-3. I got them losing 3 games. Georgia, LSU. Who you think that third one is? Who you think that third game Florida loses to is this year? That's right. These guys. These guys. This guy. You going down, Gators. In big orange fashion. I don't know if I'll be in the stands. I don't know if any of us ball fans will be in the stands. I don't know if any of you nasty, scaly-ass Gators will be making the trip north to beautiful Knoxville for this one. The COVID-19 may keep us all from going to this game. But if it's played, it'll be on TV. And the enjoyment will all be in the flavor of the large orange. To quote John Ward, the late, great John Ward, it's time. It's time to put this ridiculous trend to bed. I know I say it every year. We're going to beat your ass this year. Every year I say I mean it. This is no different. We're going to beat your ass. And I mean it. Let's go, Tennessee Vols. Aren't you tired of this shit? I know the VFLs that I've talked to are tired of it. Tired of seeing their boys lose year in and year out to these guys. It's not like they're any better than us. It's not like they have more talent. It must be the ghost of the Grizzly Gator.
I will fucking whip the dog shit out of you.
Hey, look, I know you guys get tired of seeing this. There's probably a lot of Tennessee and Florida fans that aren't even coming back to this video this year because they're going to say, oh, it's the same old shit. BBD talking the same old shit. What do you guys expect? Hell, I probably even say this every year. You want me to come on here and say, well, the trend continues this year. Florida's going to beat our ass.
Get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.
They're going to pull a rabbit out of their hat. We'll be up 30 points in the fourth quarter, and they'll still find a way to win. I don't like saying it any more than you guys like hearing it. Well, actually, that's not true. I do love saying we're going to kick your ass. But we need to do it, Tennessee. No more bolting around. Won't get that on ESPN, will you? No teeth here. No guts, no glory there. Vols, come out with a little bit of hate in your heart, a little bit of giddy up in your go, and a little bit of fuck you in your gator. Go Vols, screw you nasty ass, I hate you son of a bitchin' Gators. That'll never change if we never win another game against you guys. In fact, the Gators are right up there with two of my other hated buddies in the SEC. Them Gumps and them Goats. Gumps, Gators, and Goats. Hate all you sons of bitches.
I will fucking whip the dog shit out of you. You talk to me again. Now all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.